I'm back in the makeshift studio, and I'm starting off way later than usual, but it's Boxing Day, day after Christmas, and things are moving very slowly, let's say that. So I kind of gave myself a little bit of grace in terms of not starting as early as I have been the other days. And today's going to be a little bit of a different setup because I'm not doing any painting today. So what is going on? I've got several things happening because I thought this would be a good time to just kind of catch up on a lot of stuff that I've been not doing just because of space constraints and time constraints. I kind of took this last week off of sewing. I did some reading, I did some thinking and stuff like that, but I didn't actually do any sewing. So I have some stuff to catch up on. So I'm gonna show you how I've set things up for today. So on this table here, I'm gonna be working on Dreamboat, and I need to iron this. You can see all the wrinkles because it's been rolled up for the last 2 weeks. So I need to iron that out, and then I'm gonna start putting the fabric on the actual boat, on this brown part. So I've got fabric for that over here, and I'm gonna start laying that out, and it will have a fusible between it and that layer just to make sure that it stays nice and firm. And I've set up 4 tables in length with the sewing machine. I don't plan on sewing any more of Gimme Shelter today. What I'm gonna do for Gimme Shelter is lay it out and put the words onto the squares, and then I'm gonna work on those words this week. While I am at home, I'm gonna do hand stitch on those, and then next week, on the 2nd of January, I'm back in here and I'm gonna sew the rest of it together. The other thing I've brought is my memory keeper project, which I always do at this time of year. So just at the end of December, going into January. So this was my 2020 block. I need to make the panel to go on the back of this, and decide on my new design that I'm going to make for 2020. So I make a square each, or 2021, sorry. So I make a square each year, and this is my square that hangs out in my studio that kind of represents the year. What a year this one has been. But I made a whole video about these last year. Was it last year or 2 years ago? Anyway, I'll link that in the description so you can see it. And then this is one of my finished 12 quilts projects. So I just need to make the edges clean, and then I need to make the label for this one and put the edges on, so that one will be done. Right, so that is what I'm gonna be working on today. It is a gray day today. It's not very bright and sunny and lovely the way it was the last 2 times I was in here, but the light is pretty good in here. I need to get my head down and get some work done, and I'm hoping to accomplish quite a bit today. And this Gimme Shelter needs to be finished. The construction needs to be finished next week so that I can start with how I'm going to be mounting it, how I will be tying it to things, how it will be able to stay up. That is a very big component of this piece. So I need a good couple weeks to make sure I can figure that out and get it secure, and then I need to get some photos so that I can use them for promotion, because the sign-ups will be starting at the beginning or the 2nd week of January, something like that. So my head is a little bit weird. I decided to sign up for a professional practice course, and what that means, it's with Artist Mother, which is an amazing community of women identifying artists who have children, most of them, some of them don't. And what they're doing is they're offering this program. It is a 20-week course going over all the aspects of professional artist practice. So your CV, photography, social media, website, all the things. And I know I have those things established in a lot of cases for myself, but I don't feel like I manage it in a way that flows very well for me. And I neglect things, and I'm not regular about posting, and the algorithms don't like me. And I also get distracted by shiny, wonderful things. So, like for instance, when I joined BookTube and I started making book videos, I got very distracted from like my artistic practice on some levels, because making the book videos was a very creative process and wonderful for me. And so after being on BookTube for 2 years, I've kind of realized that, and I've shifted to being in a place where I know that I have to prioritize art every time. So obviously my family's my first priority. My second is my paying job. And my third is my art practice. And BookTube is a hobby and something I do for fun and something I enjoy sharing and being part of, but it is not the top priority. So I feel like taking this course is going to help me to organize my thoughts, organize where I am right now in my art career, and make sure that I have maxed out and made smooth all of the possibilities, all of the different avenues that professional practice requires, and that I have them in a place that I feel is manageable for me in this time in my life. So I'm very excited about it. I was really nervous about signing up for it. I don't know why. I just was nervous about not really the commitment, because it's only an hour a week for 20 weeks, and I feel like an hour is something that I can do, but more the vulnerability of opening yourself up to, I don't think anyone's going to be very critical or anything like that, but sometimes when you've established something and you feel like it works on some levels, you feel this protectiveness about it. And so, but I also feel like I need to open that up and really examine it and see what that means to me, what success means to me, and how I can negotiate that in my art career, and how I can make it work for me in my art career. So just some random thoughts this morning. I'm gonna get to work now, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, I'm back after lunch, much more energized than I was before, and I'm just going to show you the process for the next step of Gimme Shelter. Okay, so this is the center panel, and on each side you can see the other two panels, but they're kind of rolled up. And I just laid out fabric on top of each panel in the center for the words. So green word, purple word, yellow word. And there's going to be 3 words on the center panel and only 1 word on each of the outer panels. So this afternoon, it's hopefully going to take me, I have about 2 hours left. I'm going to get all these panels cut out, the words cut out on this fabric, and then I'm going to attach them with the bonding agent. That's like basically a sticky agent that goes from between the fabrics to stick them on. I'm going to get them on, and then I'm going to work on stitching them this week, so that next week when I come in, all I have to do is sew the big pieces together, finish the edge, and work on how I'm going to attach a tie to them so that I can tie it up. So that's what I'm going to be doing this afternoon. Okay, I am heading back now. Because I got here late, I'm leaving a bit late. So I stayed an extra hour and 15 minutes over my time in order to get the words all on. So the words are all on. I did not get half the other stuff done I thought I was going to do. I think I was way too ambitious today in thinking that I'd have time for that. But anyway, the words are all on. I can stitch them this week, and then I can sew it together next week. And I will check in again next week.